Hello everyone. I'm today going to discuss with you a very important topic on uh, for your research work. Actually, uh, let's say most of the people are now referring lots of articles or else the thesis or something like that, and but one problem they have is, let's say you need to actually you need to plot some values or you need to get some values from the related literature, right? But asking from the original authors might not be the answer for your question, right? Sometimes they might reply, sometimes they might not, right? Sometimes they might be dead, right? So if it's a very old article, so probably that's the case, right? So let's say you need to take this graph into a table, these data, right? Let's say you need to compare your values with this graph or else the graph below, right? Let's say something like this. So this is an image, right? So this is a PDF, and I don't have the table data with this figure, right? So in that case, emailing is, let's say you don't know the email of the author or any detail. That means you are helpless. You can't do anything, right? So, but somehow you need to draw this one, right? So you can't just using this scale and just pick some point, right? You don't know the exact point, right? In that case, for these research students and the others, there is a small software, a very handy tool called graph digitizer. So I'll show you how to download that. So hope you can see this screen. So if you just Google get data graph digitizer, right? So just enter it, and you will be uh, directing to this kind of page, and you just need to get in there and click download, right? So once you press this one, it will get downloaded, right? Okay, so if not, even you can download it from here as well directly, right? So when you download it, you just need to do you don't need to do anything. You just need to double click it and double click the setup and install it on the on anywhere on your PC, right? So once you install that, installing is very easy. It's just straightforward. uh, Nothing, no crack, no nothing complex. Installation is pretty easy. Just need to double click it and uh, directly set up to the installation. When you install it, and let's say you will have some, yes, I'll show you. I'll show you in that case here. So once you install that, an icon like this will appear in whatever the directory you gave it, right? You gave it, and you just need to double click, open the software, right? Just open the software, and for before that, I'll take this figure. So let's say this is the figure I need, right? So I don't know what are these points, right? I can't actually take it from the naked eye, right? So what I'm going to do, I take before for this you only need a screenshot or an image of this image of this figure, right? Let's say this, if this is in a journal article, so you just take your snipping tool, right? It's in any PC, right? So just carefully crop it, right? Carefully crop it. So axis text is not relevant for this because you only need the axis and you just only need the graph only if you know the axis value. So carefully save it. Once you take the screenshot, save it as a JPG, right? JPG file, right? Not PNG. Please save it using a JPG file because the software is not compatible with JPG, I think. Sorry, not PNG, not compatible with PNG. Please save it as a JPG, right? So, okay, I have saved it, and then I can go to the software again. Okay, now I'm in this software, right? So what you need to do is simply open that image or screenshot of that figure, right? It's very easy. So open image so that you have saved it in the desktop. Yes, you can see it only compatibles with JPEG files, right? Not PNG, right? So capture, open it, and you can see it has opened, right? So let's say you can see these two curves are kind of this dotted line. By the way, this is a dotted line, but you know this is more like a continuous curve, right? Continuous curve, despite the uh, curve type, right? They have drawn a dotted curve, but still the curve is continuous, right? This is a discrete. These are discrete values, right? Not continuous. You only have value at this point, right? Right. Okay. So what you can do is, let's say you need to uh, draw it. Probably you can take any of the data at these locations, right? So I'll take these three curves. So what I need to do is I need to click these operations and set the scale first. So they ask to set the X minimum. So this is the X axis and I can set the minimum as this point. So you can see the zoomed view here. You can see, you can click the exact point. It's an approximation only, okay? So I'll click here as the X minimum, okay? That's better. Yes, this is the X minimum and X minimum is 0 and it's okay, 0. I press OK. And then it asks a X maximum. So X maximum is here, right? I'll click there. So that's 0.5, right? 0.5 and OK it. So then X axis is OK and they ask the Y axis. So Y minimum is also here, the origin, right? So this is our Y minimum. I'll set it. That's 0. Okay. Press OK. And this is Y maximum, right? So this is your Y maximum and click it. Press it's 20 and press OK, right? So they ask, are these values are okay? If you need, you can just pick it. If this is if this was in log scale, let's say 0.1, then 10, likewise 10 to the power scale, right? If you want, you can just select if that's in log scale, right? But now my neither axes are in log scale. So I press OK, right? So what I did was they asked me the x minimum and x maximum. So I click the x minimum point and then it's asked the value, then press OK. Then they ask the x maximum point. I click that x maximum point carefully and I click y minimum and then give the value and press OK. I click the y maximum and give the value and press OK, right? Nothing different. So I'll first, now I can get the data. It's ready. So current status, you can see line 1, you can say. So I'll say line 1 is this blue color line. Okay. So I'll get the data like this. Okay. So you need to press shift button. While pressing the shift button, click the left click on the point you need to extract, right? While pressing shift button, right? While pressing the shift button, left click on the point you need to take. Let's say it's this point. So I'm pressing the shift. So then while pressing the shift, I'll click the left mouse click. Okay. You can see a point is inserted and the value is taken, right? X this value, Y this value. If you need, so we are still in the same curve. Let's say this point. Likewise, I'm pressing while holding shift, while pressing shift. So I'm clicking each points. So I can do this much faster then. Okay. Okay. It's okay. Points I needed because I need to approximately take the points of this on this graph, right? You can even see it from here while you are picking. Okay, so now it's okay. I approximately took that curve, right? So go to current status and I need to now take the second line, add line, just give separate points or whatever. So just click it. Okay, right? Because we are picking the points. There are several options. You can check it. So this is my second line. I'll start it from here. Okay. It's okay. Okay. While pressing shift, I'll just left click on the point I need, right? So my second curve is okay. And I need another line at line 3. Actually, we need these points, right? So if you want to see while it's extracted, you can see this table. Otherwise, leave it in the current status. Okay. So for instance, this I'll check this measured. So that's discrete data. I need this exact location. So I'll just click it carefully. Click it. Okay. Then I'll click it here. Okay. Click it there. Okay. Okay. I click the exact point while still I'm holding the shift button. Okay, right. So now my 3 curves are taken. So you can export these data, right? You can export this, let's say an Excel file, okay? Excel file, and let's say it's capture.txt or whatever, save it, right? So I have saved it. Still I can, yeah, I will open that. So this is your saved Excel file, okay, capture.xl, but it's in the protected view. I don't think it works well. Yeah, I think something has happened. I can copy this data to another Excel file if so, right? So I'll copy it to another new Excel file, not this one, okay? So I open a new Excel worksheet and copy those three, right? It was in the protected view, so I copied it. So now my lines are okay. This is X and Y, right? X and Y, X and Y, X and Y. So if you take the exact X points, so there will be only same number of points, right? So now you can't help, you have to draw it separately, but still you can, there are plenty of ways to do it. I'll show you how to do it. This is your book. So let's say we need to plot these two curves, right? So I select those two columns and scatter plot this one, right? So this is my first graph, right? That, let's say this is your second graph. This is your second graph, and this is your third graph. Insert it as a plot, right? So you need to combine those three. You just need to, so imagine this is your first graph. So copy this, click this image, Control C, press Control C, copy it, and press this image, Control V. Then press Control V, Control plus V. That will paste that curve there. And similarly, press Control C, copy it, and press this graph, and then Control plus V, and copy it. And I don't need these two, right? So I have these graphs with me. So you know the values are in 10 to the power, so I can change the labels, I think. It's not changed, I think, still. Not scientific, you can take general, right? This is also, you can number category. It's not scientific, general. So you can see. And our axis was from 0 to 20, right? 0 to 20. And these two were, you remember these two were lines, right? A solid line, create a solid line. Let's say it's in blue color. It's in blue color, let's say, right? So you don't have any markers, right? It was like this. And this was in red color, right? This was in red color, but I think it was in dotted lines. And then there was only no markers, right? There was only no markers, and then you can take this one and I think that was in black color, right? So right? So you can modify this one if you need, right? Scale the axis. I think major intervals 4, right? No, not 4. I'll set 5, right? So if you need the axis, you can take it from the design tab. Click the graph, then you have the design tab, add axis, right? Primary horizontal and primary vertical. So I'll say this is parameter. So in the graph you have the name, right? So you can type that name later. Parameter 2, right? Parameter 2, and yes, now my graph is almost looks okay, right? So if you need, you can even check this line also. Solid line, I'll set it black color, right? So drawing is an art, right? So you need time to expert that, because even using Excel is pretty much powerful tool. You don't need Origin, Surfer, or any software to draw graphs. Still, you can do the same with Excel that has many advanced options, because artwork is defined by your capability, not it does not depend on the software you use. If you so even you can uh, hide these uh, columns as well, right? So you can go to design and grid lines. You don't need primary grid lines, right? So and then you can add the legend series 5, right? So I'll just right click on the graph, select data, and my y is, you remember, I'll call it TC3 or something, right? There was TC3, and series 3 is what? Series 3 was something like TC2 or something, as I remember. And series 1 is experiment. Now it's okay, done. So you can, if you want, you can enlarge it, set it to the color. If you need to change the width of this one, you can increase the width, right? So you can increase the width. So you have exact curve, right? So if you need, now you can even save it using this Excel toolbox. I showed you in the previous video how to save an image in the Excel as a PNG, right? So you need to install this one. It's just an add-on to the Excel. It's freely available in the Google, right? So this is your graph, and if you want, you can just yes, you can just save it as a PNG. So more importantly, now you can even uh, insert it to your journal paper or something like that, right? In your thesis as well, because you have the data, right? Now you can compare with these values, right? Your curves, right? You can compare your errors because you have the data and you don't need to ask the original authors. So what we did was we simply converted the data points on an image to a table data, right? So this is very powerful tool, and they're very handy tool, I would say. So many research students will need this actually. So please get the maximum use of this, right? So thank you very much, and I'll show you how to. So if you need to, this is Excel toolbox ng. You just Google this name, and it will give you the setup and install it, add it to Excel, and you can just export this as a PNG, right? So let's say image